Hello and welcome back to South Midnight. Last time we made it here to, I forgot what it's called, but the bar, where Laurent is at. Wait, what? Oh, that's weird. Okay, I went back here and now he's there. Well, yeah, that's definitely not supposed to be happening. Interesting little glitch. Is he even? Oh, I can't touch him. He's not just. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not supposed to be happening. It did start me up over there. Like I went up there and I went back down to look at the bar. just to start the video because it's like, oh, I wanted to talk about the bar and what happened because he turned into a bird, giant bird, crashed through here. And he's somehow back. Oh, he's not back here. Well, I guess I'm glad about back. Yeah. Weird. Can I open up the door again? Is it gonna play the cutscene? Because it is locked. That zooms in. You can see him there. How strange. What a weird little thing. I guess I don't know. Because oh, can I get up here? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Did I just screw myself? I might. Oh, this is awkward. I did not expect this to be such a mess right here at the start. Oh my god. Hopefully I'll be up there. Yeah. Okay. Well, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about how he turned into a bird. And then it glitched, and then I jumped down, and now I don't think I can get back up, and that is not how I expected things to start at all. I should have started up there instead, and not. I just wanted to. Don't think you're allowed to do what you want in a game like. You're not made. There we go, I'm up here now. I don't know if that thing's collected, but you know what? I don't have. I can't get back up, so it's. Company houses. Yeah. I don't even know. What a mess. What a mess. I just jumped down there because yeah, and it was that's what the game expected, designers expected, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Let's just continue the actual game. That was the weirdest opening to an episode I've had in a long time because I did not expect any of that. It's pretty rare I find like a glitch like that, like huh. Things weird in here. 11 out of 15. I have no idea which one I got to, but I feel like that's more than what I had. But I don't know. Am I reading these out of order? I have no idea. A mother's last words. I can feel my time this earth coming to a close. I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. Okay. I hate to leave my beautiful boys behind, especially Teddy. He's hurting so much, but won't show me. Thinks he's gotta be a rock. But even the hardest rock can be worn away by the streams of grief. I know he goes and cries. I've known him half my life. Can't hide from me that easily. I should talk to him about it. He's going to be a good example for Laurent. We will need each other.
All we got is each other. What's it like knowing you have to leave it all behind?
This one is 10. I was supposed to read this one first. Maybe. Dear Mr. Baptiste, first we appreciate your many years of service, which makes this decision much harder. We received your request to swap company scripts for cash to help pay for your wife's medical billing. Fortunately, the company is unable to comply with your request at this time. Our policy is firm. Thank you.
I can't imagine how hard that must have been. All that work for nothing.
Oh, supposed to go that way. Oh, that way? Okay, well, yeah, I'm supposed to like find 4 thingies here, so it might go a lot of places. So, slightly open the way you want to go, I guess. Let's go look around here though. Oh, I already got that? Did I go behind here? Is it there? Was I not paying attention? I think it's pretty clear that I'm a little razzled and dazzled by that weird opening. Yeah. Video games. What do you do to me? You're always doing something. Not much here. See shyness in there.
It's gonna take forever to build a nest this big.
Oh, look at that. That Lawrence. I mean, I don't know what he does as a bird. Bird stuff. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like, that's still just weird. Like, why is it turned into a bird? Like, he had, like, it seemed like everything was indicating he was immortal in some way. Like, he didn't seem to age, not as fast anyway. And he's been alive for 100 years, and he's still, like, you know, I don't know, 30s or something. It's like maybe 40s. But, like, still, like, young, clearly. So the fact that he's also a bird was a little bit of a surprise, not gonna lie. And I don't know what that means. I mean, okay, I think I've been everywhere pretty much now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bugs in. Well, okay, let's make the jump down. Okay. I'm probably supposed to push it over there, but I didn't. Sorry, birds. Scared you. How does anyone get up here? You climbed that too? Maybe use the ladder. It's probably a ladder we could have used. That would make more sense. It's just not there. And yeah, I can push it. Right, no, these will reset, right? When these stop being compulsory or whatever. Yeah, no. I can't really take it further than that. Yeah, like, see, it goes that way, but it also goes this way. If I go here, I go that way. But I was gonna go in there. Well, ouch. Goes a lot of places. I gotta pay attention. I'm rattled. I gotta pay attention to the game. I'm just, my mind is just elsewhere. Yeah, there's another one here. Gotta fight more guys. That's what you do. What do there? Yeah. What? Okay, I didn't hit you as a fireball. I don't know how that works. Whatever. I don't know anymore. Can't see you there. Big guy. Gonna be rolling. Probably get this health. Whoa.
It's heavy work, but it's gotta get done.
There we go.
Daddy barely got out of bed or washed most days. Laurent had to catch their dinner or go hungry. He was all alone, trying to press down on a wound too deep to mend.
Poor Laurent. He had to grow up too fast.
Actually, where's the car? Like, wasn't he in a boat? I don't know. Don't worry about it. What do I have? Got 100 to get stuff. So I'm almost there, actually. Yeah. Oh, there's a car there. I guess that's why. Can expect it? There's an old Well, come on. You can have an old for nothing. Oh, goodbye for a second. There we go.
Looks like that sawmill boss came to a bad end.
Okay, can get up there. Is that a train track? I think so. Looks quite big. It's like, I thought it was a road for a second, but no. That looks strange for a road. I think it's a train track. Now I can upgrade something. Get all these first, I guess. I don't know. Feel like I'm gonna get all of them. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get all of them by the end of the game. Feels unlikely that I won't at this point. Like, they seem to let you have them all pretty easily as long as you collect most stuff, you know, which I've been trying to do.
That stigma. But how am I supposed to get in there?
Well, I probably gotta get all the thingies first, all the bottle stuff. Where can I get up? Well, I'll get that here, I guess. Whoop, I'm falling. Oh no, fox. Still the fox around. Yeah, like, we were going to find, you know, fucking Molly. And I guess we went to Laurent to get help or something? I'm not really sure. I kinda didn't fully catch, I guess, why we were going to Laurent exactly, but something like that. So weird. All that for 5 thingamajigs. What did they call it again? I keep forgetting. It's like not bulbs, but like not blobs, like something along those lines. Like it's out with a B, I think. But like all that stuff in there just so you can get 5 of those. Seems so strange to me, but I'll still do it. Could be something else, you know. I don't know. Maybe I can get in there from here actually. But this was Yeah, this is but this was what I was supposed to go afterwards. Because isn't this, you know... I guess I misunderstood how the weird, you know, swirl thing going into it. I don't know, whatever. I don't know.
On his mama's birthday,
I don't know.
crying out like a wounded owl. Daddy always warned him not to show his pain. You got to hide it, Daddy said. Push it down and bury it. But in the heart of the woods, Laurent found himself consumed by it.
Sometimes I want to go into the woods and holler too.
Like, is he now? Like, I thought last time I saw, you know, it didn't quite look like he was an owl. It looked like, I'm not sure. Couldn't really tell what kind of bird, but maybe he's supposed to be an owl and I just didn't get a good look. The one's camp. Hello, kitty. Are you gonna sit? Oh, are you not gonna sit? You're gonna. Okay. Are you gonna. What are you gonna do? Can't be on the desk. Are you going down? Okay. Well, he thought about sitting, but then he didn't. So,
All
that's.
that hurt with no way to let it out. He was just a boy.
That's, you know, pretty cat behavior. Like, I don't feel like doing it anyway. I mean, there's a lot of owl imagery, that's for sure. So, maybe he's supposed to be an owl and I just didn't see it well. I don't know, he seemed more, felt more like a hawk or something maybe, I don't know. It didn't get that good of a look last time, I don't remember exactly what he looked like, but it was just a big old bird shape. Big old bird shape, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Yes, I misunderstood how the things in the sky that go to the thing work. I guess I thought that was the final thing. I don't know. I don't know how this game's stuff works, and I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, no, those go here. That's what it is. I just thought that was the final thing he went to. I guess I don't know. I misunderstood it all this time. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter.
I ain't got all day.
I don't know how far I can reach. I don't know if I got the other guy there. I didn't. But then it hit that guy instead. I feel like it wasn't as hard to hit the one you wanted before with the arm. But not Croissant, Crouton. Croissant is a different thing. I can't blame everything on this side of the video. I think I'm just an idiot. That's also true. I know that for a fact almost. But his name is Crouton, not Croissant. It's a very different thing. Well, I mean, I guess they're both bread stuff, but it's still very different. Is it Croissant? Oh, Crouton, bread? I think it's bread, right? It's like, not sure what it is, honestly. Like it's a weird square thingy that I always see in salads and stuff. I don't know. Right? That's a Crouton? Not unless I think that's a Crouton? I'm not actually sure. Yeah. I hate saying things I'm not sure about and I feel stupid. But that's a Crouton. I'm pretty sure that's a Crouton, right? I'm like 90% sure. And a croissant is a French bread thing. That's pretty good. I don't know. I'm
Each time
rambling.
Laurent saw that sawmill boss drive by in a fancy car, he felt like a knife was twisting in his belly, cutting deeper each time. That man wouldn't even miss the money that could have saved Laurent's mama.
Rich folks don't never change.
Oh, there's something here. I was gonna say there's nothing in here, but there was definitely something in here. A father's job. Watching Tia. I don't know how you want to say that. Ways away is killing me. She's gone so thin, I can lift her like she wasn't nothing. Her smile feels so weary, and her eyes feel this all the time now. I try to be strong, but sometimes I gotta come out here and cry. I don't want her to want to see me like this. Cried in front of them once, and he felt he had to comfort me. Ain't a to worry, it's mine.
Just like Laurent. Couldn't share that burden. I could feel how much he loved them both. That sawmill used up their workers like they used up the forest.
Anything helps. We've been passing around the head to try and raise company's script for fear. What is script? What is that word? I don't know that word. Scribe? Script? Well, Kitty's here now. He finally decided to come up. You indecisive cat. Stupid cat. I caught him. Well, I didn't catch him, but he freaking peed on my table. That's great. Peed on like some notebook thing I had. Not a notebook, but like, you know, what do you call it? Flip book thing, you know, one of those you can tear off and stuff and write on. I forgot what those are called. He peed on all that. I kind of had to throw it out, and it kind of sucked. Like, if he just pees on the table, like, it's annoying. I just, you know, wash it and stuff and clean it. But if I did pee on something like that, that I, you know, that I can't really use that if it's all peed on and sticky and gross and nah. That's really annoying. So I'm not really happy with him right now, honestly. He's trying to be all cute, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know what script is. That's what I was trying to say, and like, yeah. What is script? Okay, I'm too curious. I'm gonna look it up. It's already been a messy episode in a lot of ways. Like, screw it, I'm looking things up. It's one of those episodes, like, I don't even know anymore, you know? What is script? A provisional certificate of money subscribed to a bank or company. Time to hold to a formal certificate and dividends. Okay. Uh-huh. Right. Sure. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Teddy's devastated, picking up extra shift after shift, working harder than a cat in a mouse factory. That's not a thing. What are you talking about? But it just ain't enough. That's not a saying. That's not anything. The church took up donations too. We ain't raised much, but we ain't raised nothing either. Everything helps.
Folks pass around the same $20. They're old as time.
I don't know where I am anymore. I kinda got lost in the sauce, let's be honest.
That That's the old Sawmill Gate. Place turned to a ghost town after the jobs dried up.
There's stuff behind it. So that might be why we're going after all this stuff, is my guess. Seems pretty locked. You going, Kitty, again? I can't really see the game now, you're on the desk. Okay, now you're going. Alright, he just wanted to need me a little bit. Just a little bit of needing, that's what I needed. Needs to be needed. Cats are weird, I don't know. Why did he do that? Like, it's like they're making a nest, I don't know. It's to get comfortable, I guess? I'm not sure. Weird. Not quite understood it. Wait. Throw it. Like, I don't... Did I misunderstand? Did I forget how they do proton thing? We have to like... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. It's not like these battles are hard. So, it's just... pushing much a button. That's kind of what we're doing. I'll get rid of the nest. Probably the thing I should get rid of first. So stupid dumb flies on around. I didn't have a thing to shoot that back anyway. Yeah, we are. Too big. Too damn big. I click. When you throw it, just I don't know. Sometimes you have to hold it. Sometimes you have to click it and press throw. But you don't. That's only in the overworld you have to do that. I don't know. I don't understand it. So whatever. It's fine. Probably get this heal. That was kind of long. Ah, jeez. Okay. Okay. Okay.
A child's heart ain't big enough for all the sorrows that want to fill it. With a doctor, Laurent's mama might have lived, but Daddy only got paid to company script. And doctors only took cash money.
Mom always said Laurent had a tough childhood. Tough doesn't even begin to cut it.
I gotta do this thing. Like, it is weird how formulaic the game kinda is in a weird way. I didn't expect it to like be like we do the same kind of thing in each chapter like that. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, that's the gameplay loop, I guess you can call it, but I was kind of surprised how not predictable necessarily, just like, I guess it's, yeah, formulaic in a sense. Like, seems like it's like, yeah, get the bottle things and do those, get the memories of the past, then you run away, and I don't know. It's like surprising how that's just how the game is laid out. I just expected this game to be more, I don't know, just, and again with, I'm stuck in something. with how simplistic some of the gameplay can be. I don't know. I really feel like this game had more potential, but it needs something. It needs something new, something that we like says, "Hey, this is changing things up on the formula." Like, we still got like 5-6 chapters left or something. Like there's still a lot of game. So the fact that this is gonna be probably how it's gonna be for the rest of the game is, I'm not gonna say I'm bored. I'm just gonna say we need something fresh in terms of the gameplay.
I'll be battered, fried, and dipped in grits. I just seen a Rougarou.
That's Laurent.
Well, best not run into him again. We'll find Molly another way.
No, I need to reweave him like Benji and Tom.
Says who? Laurent ain't some kind of tree or big gator.
Bunny said.
Bunny, with her newfound kindness, sending you after a Rougarou to find Molly. A little odd.
Spit it out, fish.
Look, there's whispers of Bunny in these swamps and hollers. Dark magic. A corruption sprouting from her house.
She might have her reasons.
Reason enough to send her granddaughter chasing after danger when her mother might not even be alive?
That's enough.
Hazel, I'm sorry.
I've got this far, ain't I?
I know you want to see her, but just be careful out there, all right?
I feel I remember that word, Rougarou or whatever. He said that before, didn't he? I don't know what the context was, but maybe he said it was like a bird or something, maybe, or because I feel like I remember either the catfish or someone saying that word. That did sound familiar to me, actually. So that's kind of interesting that he kind of alluded to this. So that's what that is, the bird. Sure, why not? I don't know. But yeah, just like we're not doing anything we haven't been doing the entire game. I feel at this point we're just going around, beating enemies, doing a bit of platforming. You know.
Never seen a blade so big. Might come in handy with these roots. Dang it. Needs power.
But like yeah, like it's not anything particularly like that's really engaging me as much as I'd hoped it would. Like it's not like it's bad by any means. It's perfectly serviceable. You know, it plays fine. You know, it looks good. It's just like I wanna also be more invested in the story, and like it's not like I'm not. It's just like I don't know. It's not clicking as much as in the start of the game. Like I was intrigued. I was like you're setting up these characters, you know, and stuff, and it felt like the writing is not bad. Everything is pretty fine. Nothing spectacular, I feel, but it's fine. And right? Oh, okay, right. Okay, I see. What's happening? Okay. Gotta do that, then I can do it. I guess. There we go.
Sorry, trees. I gotta get through.
Kitty's here, by the way, on the desk. Luckily, he's decided to sit down so I can actually see the screen. For some reason, he's just sitting, crouching. You wanna call it that? Whatever you wanna call it when cats sit down all like that. Like that. Like, why are you sitting like that, kitty? What are you doing? What are we doing? Okay, you're sitting on me now. You're gonna sit on my lap. I don't. This cat. Can I make this? Okay, I can come up on top of it. That's why. I was supposed to coincide. Yeah. Like I really wish I didn't have to say it each episode, but I feel like I don't have much else to say. Like, the gameplay, there's not a ton going on. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory, platforming, beating some enemies, It's not like a ton of like, could you call what I just did with that song a puzzle? I clicked two things and, claws, kitty. Claws. God, your claws are so sharp. Holy shit. My god. A penny saved. Lost a few workers due to that accident on the 25th. They had been complaining about the machinery needing to be repaired. Now behind on this month's production. That's all you care about?
Bastards. Save a penny and lose a life.
Well,
Big man in charge with a nice office.
Yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. Just, yeah. I just hope it's gonna pull me back in. Like the story can. I don't want to say it can only do so much. Many games have a story that's good enough for me to get through without me being super engaged with the gameplay, but still. I still have to be somewhat engaged, and I'm not. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not really engaged. It's so mindless. Like, the combat is completely meaninglessly free. Like, there's not a whole lot of challenge. Like, yeah, I still have to dodge and stuff, but you're way stronger than the enemies are, pretty much. Like, I don't feel very in danger. And, I could change the difficulty, but would that help? I don't think so. I feel like this is the kind of game where that would just make me not want to play it. Like, I played the new Doom game, Dark Ages. I recently finished that, and I realized pretty quickly. Like, I had it on, I think, the third hardest difficulty or something from the start. I think you can unlock difficulty in that game, but whatever is like. Yeah, it was like the third option. So, not normal, but a little bit harder because, I played other Doom games. I played the new Doom games, and I thought, I could probably do this. Like, I like a challenge in Doom. It's fun to be challenged in Doom. But I quickly realized that the game is just designed in a way where if you want to play Doom the way you expect to play Doom, it's not going to work out. You can't just go in, shoot a bunch of guys, and not care. You actually have to kind of almost play it as a cover shooter in a certain way. Like, you kind of had to just not be as in the face of enemies as previous Dooms. I don't know if it's just this game or that's how it was in the other newer Doom games, But essentially what I'm trying to say is that in that game, I quickly realized I'm not having fun having my face smashed in, not feeling like I can really do much about it. And if I had to change the way I play entirely, that's not fun. Not and I feel like that would be the same here. I feel like enemies are stronger, I'm weaker, whatever it may be. That's likely the changes they're going to make. So it's just going to be longer battles, more tedious battles, maybe more tense battles. Would tense be good in a game like this? Could it be? I compared it a little bit to Dark Souls in terms of combat, because you attack, you dodge, it's got a kind of thing going on. Like, it's not, again, it's not anything like Dark Souls really, but it has a certain sense of that kind of philosophy in game design in combat. But I just feel like this game, that would not be fun to 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 do that, because the battles are always the same, you know. Um, yeah. So I just don't know. I don't know what it could have done to change. I mean, I've said what it could have done. I guess, like the combat encounters could be more. The environments of them could be more varied instead of just flat plains that you know fight enemies in. You could have had environmental stuff you can use. You could have had varied, you know, heights and you know ledges and things, and I don't know, something, just something. Because this is the most bare bones combat I feel. Like, I wouldn't say it's completely bare bones. There's definitely other games that I feel are more bare bones. A very good example of a game where the combat is so. It's there. It exists. It's a thing they designed and made sure was a big part of the game. But it's just boring, repetitive, and doesn't really change ever over the course of the game. Like, yeah, we're getting upgrades, but it's not doing a whole lot to really make it different. Like a game where that was the case. It feels really bad to compare this game to this game because it's such a nagged on game, but it's such a, you know, people don't like it. You know, knack for the PS4, you know. That game, I played it, and man, is it a game that seems like it is a game with potential. It seems like it's a fun little kids game, you know. It's definitely not made for anyone but kids, pretty much. Like, it's definitely intended for that audience of, you know, Skylanders, of, you know, games like that. Like, it has a certain vibe to it. It's like, you know, the Lego games even, I would say, maybe those are more engaging. I haven't really played them since like a long time ago on, you know, Lego Star Wars. They might have changed, I don't know. It doesn't look like they have, from what I can tell from videos I've seen. They look pretty much the same, but anyway, like, games like that just don't really have much in terms of progression in gameplay. It's a lot of the same all the time. And I feel like this game, it's not quite as much like that, I wouldn't say. Like, but it's giving me that vibe of, like, the designers had like a idea of what the game was. It's like, okay, it's an action platform, you know, kind of game. You jump around, hit some enemies, you know, collect some stuff, explore, that kind of thing. And I don't think they thought a whole lot more after that. I don't think they were like, okay, what do we do now? What do we do to improve it? What do we do to, like, make it so there's more stuff going on? You know, it progresses in terms of not always being the same combat, the platforming getting more complex and being more involved. I don't see it. I don't feel it. I don't see it at all. And it's so unfortunate because I feel like the game has so much going on, that so much going for it. In terms of, like it looks nice. It's very pretty. It's visually, I like it. It's like, and you know, the fantastical elements. Like, I wanna see more of it. And it's just, as I said before, it just doesn't really do as much as I hoped. It's relatively sparse. I thought we were gonna always be seeing crazy stuff, but it's so much more like, okay, here every once in a while we have something. Like, the entire last episode nothing really happened until the end where he turned into a freaking bird, you know? Like, why can't more stuff like that happen? Why can't we have more interesting stuff like that happen? It's just walk through the forest, fight some enemies, and that's kind of it. Like, I don't know. I really wish maybe, you know, that I could have gone through this entire game without all these thoughts all the time, and I just have to say them when I feel it being so present, so continuous all the time in the game. And it is. It just is in this game, and it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be finding anything particularly new or engaging. Like, that's not to say there isn't anything fun. That's not to say there isn't anything interesting. You know, like, I'm glad we had a boss fight. You know, with the gator. You know, that's different. A boss fight. You know, an actual like boss fight. I would like more there, maybe more boss fights. We've only really had one, so you know. I don't know. There's still game left. It could still surprise me, you know. There's still a lot of game left. Maybe we're gonna encounter something that changes everything, you know. But I'm not feeling that's gonna happen. Alright, I've been on this freaking page for long now. I should read this. Maintaining productivity. Next month we are cutting everyone's hours by 12%. We still require the same amount of output. Also, let go of the three most senior loggers to free up salary space. The wife is nagging me about buying a house on the golf, and I know she do. Jesus. Can it be more blatantly evil, for like a better one? Come on. Like, even I don't know. Even in real life, I feel like they're not as blatant about their behavior as CEOs or whatever. Whatever you want to call them, like freaking. I don't know. I'm not saying the game like is unrealistic. It feels weird to say in a game like am I stupid? Am I not supposed to go there? Like, is this where I came? I don't remember coming from there. Wait, did I? I have not been paying the most attention, to be quite honest. Maybe I did come from there? Really? No. What? No. What? Okay, I don't remember going there. I guess I must have. Why? Can't get down from here. Did I really come from over there? I got up here. Okay, I completely and utterly forgot that I went across here. And I thought that, well, okay. That's on me, I'm just stupid. I do have to pay more attention. Again, can't blame it all on the start of the video, but I will say that it's just, the game just rattled me and everything. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
Laurent missed his mama so much he couldn't stand it. He went to fight the factory boss to tell him off, but his daddy tried to stop him. And when his daddy saw the death of Laurent's fan, that's when he got mad. The boss was always afraid of his worker. That's why he kept a gun in his office. He didn't mean for it to go off. Probably. Didn't stop the bullet from punching through Daddy's skull, ending his life in a blink. With his daddy's blood dripping down his chin, Laurent couldn't hold his feelings in anymore. They burst through his skin like feathers. His anguish seemed to lift him up into the air. The terrified sawmill boss drove away as fast as his fine car would go. Laurent flew after him, carried aloft by currents of his own torment.
Oh my God. Laurent couldn't help it. That man orphaned him. I wonder if Mama knew Laurent's secret.
Yeah, that didn't look
Laurent may be a
like an
lot
owl
of
to
things,
me.
but he's not a monster. He told me it wasn't safe. He was trying to protect me back there.
I break my bones, I rend my skin, bricks turn
Yeah,
to
like
dust,
I don't know what he's
and
supposed to be.
rage
Kinda what kind of bird he's supposed to be?
sears
Maybe
my
just
soul,
generic
sets
bird,
my
but
veins aflame.
it didn't quite look like an owl to me.
Never hold just
I don't know. Maybe
myself
there's
to
different kinds of
blame.
owls that I don't know about. Yeah. But well, and then there's the tone of this game. I've said it before, but the tone being
Don't look down.
dark, yet some of it being seemingly I wouldn't say silly, but I'm not sure what word I'm looking for. Just oh god. I don't know. Just not as serious sometimes as it indicates. Like the way Hazel talked about that, it almost, I don't know. I wouldn't say she didn't care. It's just like she went on to say that thing about her mother there, and it feels out of place that she would say that. Like it's like, oh okay, well she died and stuff, and you know whatever. Did mother know about this? It's not like she was all like, oh my god, you know, Laurent's father got killed. That's terrible, you know. Like it's more like, okay, that happened. Moving on. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the past. It's a long time ago. I don't know. Just something about that felt weird to me, and it's not the first time that's happened.
I had no idea. Stop! It's me! It's Hazel! You don't have to let this consume you. I can help you.
Hi. Okay. Yeah, having another boss fight though. That's something, at least. Get something different.
I know you're in there. I don't wanna hurt
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. I can't pull you towards me, but I can pull me towards you. That's not a sentence. Oh. Okay, that's a blocking move. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yep. Okay, so this seems a little more active than the Gator fight where I just had to throw stuff for the most part. This is like actually like attacking and dodging. This is more what I was hoping for in a boss battle in this game. But the Gator fight wasn't interesting or anything. You know, it was strangely hard. But this is makes more sense as a boss battle. You know? So far, your moves are pretty predictable. I don't know. Just avoid that. Get in attack. Avoid the wing attack. I don't know. Not doing a whole lot. But it's phase 1. You do have like those health things on the health bar, indicating the different phases.
Let me help.
Gonna assume it's like the Gator fight. Oh, okay, this is neat. I mean, yeah, like it's like, okay, we're seeing some fun stuff. Like seeing the eyes in the dark and everything. I mean, I know they can do something interesting in this game. I know they can. I know they have the talent. I know they. I don't think I can. I think I'm supposed to avoid. I don't think I can get anywhere. You're saying something. I can't understand it quite, but yeah, you know, doing stuff like see, this is what they were saving up for. This boss, like you're doing stuff. Got a new move, like yeah, you know. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's still gonna attack me there. Ah, that was badly timed. Yeah, I can't like interrupt that, seemingly. I don't know if I'm allowed to get close there. That's just like a shield move you have. Ah, jeez. Okay, do that like 3 times. I see. I'm not gonna get closer there, I don't know. I don't trust it. Okay. Phase 3.
Just look for the eyes.
This again. Ah, again, timed it badly. Probably should have gotten some health for this, but. What? Ah, really? Hit down? Well, hopefully if I die, it's gonna be like the Gator fight where I just have to fight the last phase again, or something. I heard like return to dust, but then was like I couldn't tell what you said afterwards. I don't know if I'm supposed to. And yeah, still, I love the inclusion of music with lyrics and stuff. Like, it's unfortunate that, you know, I want to talk over the game, obviously, it's a let's play. So I don't really get to have the experience fully of the music, because I feel like if you're just in the thick of it, listening to this music and everything, it would feel a lot more engaging. So that's you know, that's the thing about let's plays. That's not the game's fault. Ah, jeez. Can't always, you know, expect that, or like most games are not gonna be designed for the idea of people talking over it. It's very rare that that's actually a thing. Oh jeez. I'm almost dead. Oh no. But you almost dead too. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, hey, first try. That's nice. Could've died. Like, it wasn't free.
Are you okay?
What happened? Where are we?
You got mad. I tried to revive you, but I think something went wrong.
No. This is me. This has been me longer than I care to remember.
I'm sorry. About what happened to you with your mom and dad.
My mama died. It broke me. But when that man came and took my daddy from me, I don't even remember it fully. Came to, covered in blood, haunted by what I had done.
I can't imagine going through all this alone.
Maybe it's just pain festers in me. I try to keep it pushed down.
I don't want to hurt nobody, especially you and Lace.
I mean, I remember her laughing a lot when you were around. She was happy then. I could tell.
She saw me too clear. I felt laid bare. Scared.
Scared you.
Spent ages hiding this shame and hurt inside. But then Lacey saw me. Flaws and all. She still cared. Felt like juggling broken glass. I was just so scared I was gonna mess things up. I just pushed her away.
I think that hurt her more.
I know. Earlier, you came to ask me about Molly. What was that all about?
When the hurricane hit, the river took the house with Mama in it.
She all right?
I found her house, but I couldn't find her. And then I saw a ton of red yarn laying around. I was told that was Molly's doing.
She has, Lacey. She must be hurt.
Can you take me to Molly's lair?
For Lacey? I'll take you as far as I can go. But I never managed to reach her lair.
Thanks, Laurent. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I will say the voice acting, that was pretty good. You know, that moment, like Lamont especially, like that. I felt that shit. You know, like again, I don't hate the game. I just some things. You know.
But mentioning Lacey stirred him up, turned him into a giant owl.
I guess he's supposed to be now.
Hazel was shocked to see someone she knew transform him into a creature. Using her magic, she reweaved Laurent's old wounds, bringing him back to his true self. But the guilt and shame would take its own sweet time to fade away. Once Laurent got himself together, he and Hazel headed for old Molly's lair. But Hazel felt uneasy. Even a giant creature like Laurent seemed unsure he could take her all the way.
Yeah.
See you around? Molly's up there.
Still talking about the audio.
Just hold on, Mama.
How it cuts out sometimes. Yeah, it's only there though, which is very strange that it's only in the cutscene thingies between chapters and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Why does it do that? Alright. Well, that's the episode though. I'm over an hour. I should stop. Good timing, I guess. Right here. Yeah. Again, there's potential. And I still think there's potential, you know? I still think you can do stuff. I still think that the designers and the, developers, you have something in there that maybe they're just holding a little bit back. Maybe we're just like, this is the middle of the game, this is where you played the tutorial part, you played the introduction, this is the middle of the game, we're gonna be just kind of doing the same thing for a little bit, and then in the end game we're gonna push towards something great, maybe this is like a lull, you know what I mean? Like maybe this is like not the best, they're keeping the best for last. A lot of games wouldn't do that, and it feels like that's, maybe I'm being too optimistic that's gonna happen, That's what I hope happens. That's what I hope is gonna happen, because I still think this game has the potential to go from just being alright, just fine, just decent little game, but it feels like it has so much more potential. That's what I'm hoping for. And yeah, I like that battle. It wasn't, like in terms of combat, it was. Again, I felt like I was just kind of hacking and slashing and dodging and stuff, and that is the gameplay, but it had moves, it was doing stuff, I had to dodge, I had to, I like the little darkness section, that was a little twist, that's fun, it's neat. Like, it's like, you can do more stuff like that. If you did more stuff that was like, not just, the experiment more with the fantastical elements, rather than just having a couple creatures, you fight, like, I feel like they could have more. I get that the world they're trying to make here is like fantastical elements exist in the world that we live in. They're hidden, but they exist. That's what they're trying to say here. That's what's happening. So, like in terms of the environments. Well, we're in the south. That's where we are. That's the whole setting. Gonna have mountains and swamps and forests and cliff sides and rivers and all that junk. It's a very picturesque setting, and I think it's going to be beautiful. Like this whole game is beautiful. There's a lot of times where I just want to look around and just. Like in terms of environments, it's a very pretty game, but it's not pretty in the way I expected. It's not like it really is. The environments really are more realistic. Like in the start of the game, I felt like they were doing a lot more to make it seem like the world was chaotic and like with the flood and everything, but then we started kind of going into environments that were less flooded and, like some places still kind of messed up, clearly, but like we were doing more platforming in weird environments and, and like having to navigate strange little spaces that were made because of the flood, and I feel like if they had done more of that, even in the world that they made of a more naturalistic and realistic environment, they could still have done more of that, where it had those little elements of like things were messed up, because of the storm and the flood, and also the fantastical elements, I mean, there is still one thing, that giant creature in this other game. We had that giant creature. I'm assuming it's gonna show up again. I do remember that. The creature that was walking across the city or whatever. That was a thing, which I am assuming we're gonna see again, right? We won't just have that. Like I want more like that. I want like super strange things happening in the world. Just over here is a giant creature that's walking around. It's not really what's been happening. You just kind of fight some enemies every once in a while. There's the corruption stuff around, and besides that, it's still like right now you could not tell that this was a fantastical game in terms of like monsters and creatures and stuff. We're just in a mountain region. So yeah, like that is, again, I'm just saying what I want, not what it should be. Obviously, they designed the game where this was the environments they had, and you can still have fun gameplay in an environment like that. Like I just you know, with the movement abilities in the game of, double jumps, dashes, glides, wall running, those things you can attach to, with L2, where you grab onto them and stuff. Like, T could have some fun platforming segments, but what is there is pretty standard and just kind of there just to be there. Like, even when we have those running segments that are all platforming stuff, it's not particularly challenging or like engaging really. It's just kind of there. And I feel like they could have done more. They could have done something more. I don't know if I want to say they played it safe in that regard. Like, is that it? I'm thinking about how the last game, what was it called again? Freaking, something few. What was it called? Few, something few. We Happy Few. We Happy Few. We Happy Few was seemingly trying to be a game that, it was like a semi-survival thing, I guess. Kind of like, I played it for a little bit, and I just couldn't quite get into it because of the gameplay. Survival kind of games are not really my thing. And it felt like that game was definitely trying to have more focus on like gameplay elements in that regard. Like, there's a lot of different things you could like make or something, and there's different weapon types. Like I think like melee was like a big component, I think, or something, and stealth or something. What was it? I don't know. It did a lot of stuff, and it didn't quite work for me, and it didn't quite work for a lot of people because that game is not completely loved. Like, again, the game's aesthetics and story and stuff, they were definitely trying to do something there. The visuals were, very specific style and stuff, So, yeah. Maybe after that game, they were like, okay, we gotta try something a little bit more safe, We still gotta make money, we still a studio, I don't know what they were really thinking. I am just speculating here, obviously, but maybe they were just like, okay, the game is not gonna try anything too different or strange in terms of gameplay. It's gonna be pretty standard, action, platform kind of, I compare a little bit to like Uncharted and stuff sometimes, and like the jumping and platforming around a little bit maybe. Again, semi-Souls-like combat style. I'm sure there's other games that make more sense to compare to, but that's just the first one that comes to mind. But, games like that are pretty common these days, like, and this is obviously also an Xbox Game Studio thing now, like they were, I don't know, published or bought by them or something. I don't really know what the entire thing was, but this is an Xbox game, I don't know how much influence Xbox had in that regard. How much, it kind of feels like Xbox, for the most part, aren't too involved with the games specifically. That's what I've heard anyway. Like, obviously a little bit. Like, they want to fund the games, so you have to make sure they giving money, to a studio where they are not just gonna make something completely garbage. You know what I mean? This game obviously seems to be so much more, visually speaking. It's so much. I wouldn't say that We Happy Few look bad. It was very stylized. And this game has stylized stuff going on. Again, the character designs, have a specific style to them a little bit, I feel. And there's the stop motion kind of thing going on here and there, and like, obviously the kind of plushness of the catfish, and even the bird had like the eyes were like buttons. I think like it was like I think it was like buttons or like something like that. Like there's stuff going on with that that's pretty neat. Like I like that little aspect of like it's relatively subtle. Like it's like just certain details like that. But like yeah, like when you compare to We Have a Few and the first game Contrast especially, like even that game is so much different. Again, all the games they've made are so different from each other. When you compare those games, and you see how this game is trying to be a little bit more grounded in terms of visuals, like this. If you didn't tell me this was by the same people who made We Have a Few and Contrast, I wouldn't have guessed. Obviously, studios can make all kinds of games. A lot of studios make completely different games. Another good example of that is No Man's Sky. That game, they made like what was it called? Like it's like a motorcycle game or something. Like what was it called again? Something Joe, like what is it? Like I don't know. Not Happy Joe. Like what was it? Like no, I'm thinking that's thinking of We Have a Few. Like what was it? Something about Joe. Joe is like a guy who played the game. But it's like a 2D, motorcycle excite bike style sort of thing. I think very very different from what they decide to do next. So obviously studios can make all kinds of games. Especially indie studios, like, and that's funny. It's also funny when you think about it, because that's another game that I think Sony. I don't know if they published it or like supported it, but I think like Sony had some involvement with No Man's Sky in the early days. Anyway, obviously that game has changed a lot, and it's another game that was also kind of panned at the beginning. Obviously, that was overpromised stuff. But it's gotten a lot better from what I've heard. A little bit. It's not my thing. Again, it's a survival game, so not really my thing. Anyway, but like it's kind of funny how, yeah, like that game and this game are both like supported by big studios, and I feel like maybe that's why this seems so different from the previous games. But also, clearly, they have a vision. They have passion. There's clearly passion. There's clearly an effort put into everything in the game. I wouldn't say there's no effort. Clearly there is. But maybe it is not the best in terms of making gameplay. That's not the focus. It definitely feels like story is a bigger focus for them. Having played Contrast as well, there are certain parts of that game that are definitely interesting in terms of gameplay. Like, it's been a little bit since I played it, but I remember certain things about it. But again, it was also very much focused on not just the story, but also the art direction and, visual style of it was very important, clearly. Like, in this game, I feel like the story is definitely where the focus was mostly on. Everything is about, these characters and how we are, exploring the past and the traumas and all that stuff. That's the whole point of the game. We're trying to, not fix it necessarily, but weave a different kind of story or like a different outcome, or like trying to help them in a sense. Like that's kind of what we're doing, right? That's what the theme seems to be. Like we're not, we definitely be a supporter. It's pretty clear that Lacey being a social worker, like it's a little on the nose maybe that's essentially what we are not essentially what we're doing, but the fact that that's what she's doing, and then we are Viva and we're helping people with the traumas and stuff, like it's a little bit like, okay, you know, we kind of get that. It's not the most subtle. I don't know if it's supposed to be, you know, but it definitely feels like subtlety in this game is not what it's going for. I don't know. I've been rambling a lot. I gotta stop the video. But yeah, essentially, like, as I've said many times, I really do hope this game doesn't make me just bored by the end. And I wouldn't say I'm bored, I'm just more like, you know, of all the games I'm playing at the moment, I think it's the one that I'm least excited to play. And I never want to say that, but truthfully, you know, there has to be one that's I want to play the most of the games I'm playing at the moment, and one I had to play one I want to play the least. And you know, I do the schedule of, you know, every game goes through the 4-day cycle thing I have, you know. And like every day I'm like, okay, what am I playing today? This one? Okay, I'm having fun with this one. I'm gonna like playing this one. When I start up this game, I'm like hesitant. I'm like, am I gonna be bored or not particularly interested or just going through the motions? Am I gonna be talking about the same things again and again with the game and how I don't... There's certain things about it I'm not super engaged with because that's been happening for the last few episodes, you know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, here we are. I'm still talking about it, going on this rant about it, you know? So, you know, that butterfly disappeared. Oh, maybe just, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Just random stuff in the background. That's the blue one. Oh, it's gone. That is, what? I don't know. Weird. When you just not paying attention to the game and you notice little things like that, it's weird. Anyway, yeah, yeah. That's all I had to say, I guess. I should stop the video. It's been a long one, but yeah, it could still be like the game I want to play, you know. But right now, it's the one I want to play the least. So I want to play it, but it's the one I want to play the least, you know. Like, yeah. So, and I hope it wasn't gonna be. I hope I was gonna be like, this new game, you know, looks so interesting, and you know, it looks like it could be something that was gonna impress me and gonna be the new next thing, you know, maybe. But I mean, I haven't heard a whole lot about the game being talked about, honestly. Obviously, a lot of games coming out these days, and you know, a lot of big games, you know, as well. Brand new console, you know, Switch 2. Also, probably bad timing for new game releases like that, I feel. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I mean, this came out before that was released, but still, you know, around the same time. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of games, you know, a lot of things, you know. Like, looking at all the games on Xbox Game Pass that's come out recently, like, it's a bit overwhelming, to be honest, how many games I'm, like, actually pretty interested in playing, you know. A lot of big games, even smaller games, indie games, you know. But, like, Xbox Game Studios have really been putting out a lot of games recently, especially, like, after they purchased so many studios and, like, everything. Xbox Game Studios and, you know, the publishing and everything, like, it's impressive how things have changed in that way regarding how PlayStation used to be the one that had a lot of varied games, you know, from many studios, and now they have very few coming out, it feels. Like, what's the most recent PlayStation exclusive or, like, you know, big game from them? Like, wasn't it? It kind of feels like the last one that came out was actually Astro Boy, of all things. Which it was a pretty, from what I've heard, a pretty good game, and like people really loved that game. It was like Game of the Year material and stuff, even maybe. But like, that's been almost a year, right? That came out like almost a year ago. I'm like, what else has come out since then for PlayStation? I don't recall anything. But Xbox has had so many games come out recently, you know, and even more to come, you know. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird how that has changed. But you know, I don't mind that different studios and different companies are putting out different stuff. You know, competition is good. You know, not sure if Xbox and Microsoft buying every single studio out there is a good thing. I mean, that's what big studios do, I guess. That's how we get these games. I don't think this would exist otherwise. Clearly, I don't think the studio had the funds for this otherwise. I'm pretty sure. So, you know, I don't know. It's a strange world for games, you know, publishing. Like, obviously I want the studios to be able to afford doing this stuff, you know. Like, want them to keep making games, not just shut down after one game. So if they have to take the publishing deal, you know, even if it means some things in the game might not be what they wanted because the studio wanted or the publisher wanted something else. Like, I can't say if that's the case for this game. I mean, there's no like microtransactions or anything, or like freaking, you know, things like that. Like, it's a single player story focused game, you know. It's not, doesn't have multiplayer, doesn't have any other features. It's like start to finish, play the game, you know. Which are games I like. That's the games I like playing. But yeah, like, who knows if this game, whoops, I didn't click that. This game had that influence. Again, it does feel like Xbox and Microsoft are not as involved in that, and it feels like it's more the actual developers to, well, make the game they kind of want to make. And, you know, maybe that game will have microtransactions and season passes and all that junk, you know. It depends on the game, but I don't know. I just feel like this game had enough freedom for that, at least, to not have that kind of stuff. Okay, truly I'm ending. This is it. I don't know why I keep talking. Sometimes I just get in the mood to just ramble a lot, but I really gotta stop now. That's it. Okay, bye.